I'm going to be doing my head to toe assessment on our classmate Katie. All right, I'm going to gather all my supplies before I come into the room, this being one of them. And I'm going to knock on the door.
Come in.
Hello, my name is Vicki. I'm going to be your nurse for today. I'm going to pull the curtain. And I'm going to perform a head to toe assessment on you.
Okay.
I'm going to wash my hands before I do that. Are you in a comfortable position? Mm-hmm. Okay. So can you tell me your name and date of birth?
Caitlin Howell, March 24th, 95.
Good. Do you know where you are?
Dana Point Hospital.
Good. Okay, so the patient is alert and oriented ×3, and her speech is clear and appropriate. She looks like she has a good posture and overall good hygiene. And first we're going to assess your head, okay? Okay, so there are no lumps or lesions or parasites on her head, and her hair distribution is normal. Now we're going to test your trigeminal nerve. Did you feel that on both sides? Mm-hmm. Okay, so clench your teeth for me. Good, so the trigeminal nerve is intact. Can you smile? And raise your eyebrows. Good, so your facial nerve is also intact. Moving on to the eyes, if you can, move your glasses for me. Okay, the eyes are pearl and they have no redness or discharge. Now we're going to test cranial 3, 4, and 6, okay? So just follow my finger. Don't move your head. Good. All right, now I'm going to do what's called a confrontation test, which is going to test your optic nerve, okay? So look at my nose and tell me what numbers you see in the corners, okay?
1.
And don't move your eyes.
2. 4. 2. 3.
There you go. All right, so the optic nerve is also intact. Now next we're going to move on to your mouth. I'm just going to take a look. Okay. So your oral mucosa is good and the alignment of your teeth looks good and ideal. Now go ahead and stick out your tongue for me. Good, so the tongue is midline and cranial nerve 10 is intact. Now we're going to test cranial nerve 9 and 12. So just go ahead and open your mouth for me and swallow. There you go. And if you can, stick out your tongue and move it up, down, and side to side. Good, so 9 and 12 are intact. Now we're going to move on to your nose. I'm just going to take a quick look at your nose. Good. So the nose looks good. There's no excess fluid. You have good patency, and the nose structure looks normal. Next, we're moving on to the ears. So I'm just going to take a quick look into them. Good. Again, you don't have any extra discharge coming out, no lesions in your external canal. And now we're going to test cranial nerve 8. Could you hear me doing that on both sides?
Yes.
Okay, so that means cranial nerve 8 is intact. And now we're going to go on to your throat. I'm going to go ahead and palpate your lymph nodes. If any tenderness is there, let me know. Any tenderness at all?
No.
Okay, so the lymph nodes aren't tender and they are not enlarged. Next, we're going to focus on your thoracic region, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and assess your respirations and okay. So your pulse was at 74 and you had 18 respirations and they seem normal and unlabored. I'm gonna go ahead and assess your back quickly. Let me know if it's tender at all. Tender? Okay, now I'm also gonna check the alignment of your spine, okay?
Okay.
Okay, the alignment of your spine is midline with no noted scoliosis, so that's good. Next, I'm gonna check your lungs, okay? Now, normally I would do this directly on your skin, but for the purpose of the video, I'm just gonna do it on top of your scrubs. Deep breath. Again. Okay, now I'm also gonna do the same for the back. Deep breath. Again. Okay, your breath sounds are equal and bilateral and they're very clear. Next, we're gonna go on to your heart. I'm gonna actually check your carotids first. I'm gonna do them one at a time. Okay, both pulses are equally bilateral, full volume and bounding. And now we're gonna listen to your heart. Again, I would normally do it on the skin, but just for this video, we're gonna listen to it on top of the scrubs. Listening to all 5 spots. Okay, and your heart sounds are normal within any audible arrhythmias or murmurs. All right, now we're gonna assess your GI tract. If you don't mind taking a little lie back for me. Okay, I'm just gonna lift this up if you don't mind. So looking at the stomach, I don't see any distendence, and I'm gonna listen to them, to all 4 quadrants. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna lightly palpate all 4 quadrants. Let me know if you feel any tenderness, okay? Any tenderness?
No.
Okay, you can go ahead and sit up for me. So you had active bowel sounds and your abdomen was not tender or distended at all. Can you tell me how often you have bowel movements?
Every day.
Every day? What was your last one?
Today.
Today? And how much do you urinate usually?
Frequently.
Frequently? Okay, so your GI tract seems to be healthy and normal. Okay, now we're going to test or look at your arms and legs, okay? We'll start with this one. Okay, so you don't have any edema or lesions or any deformities or tenderness in your extremities. You have a good pink tone to your skin with no high temperature, low temperature, it's perfect temperature. And now we're gonna check your capillary refills, okay? Of your hands and in your toes. Okay, good. So your capillary beds are pink and your capillary refill is less than 3 seconds. Now we're going to test your range of motion and your balance. If you can go ahead and stand up for me. Okay, so go ahead and stand with your feet together, your arms at your side, and we're just gonna stand here for 20 seconds like that, okay? Close your eyes. Okay, so you were able to stay still without any leaning or swaying, which is a negative Romberg's test, so that's good. Now, if you can go ahead and rotate your neck around for me, and your arm, and one leg at a time. All right, so you have great range of motion. Now let's test your strength. Go ahead and try to avoid me pushing against you. Good, now pulling. Good, now go ahead and squeeze my hands. Good, so you have good full strength in all of your extremities. Now we're gonna test cranial nerve 11, okay? So straight your shoulders for me. Okay, and try to resist me. There you go. So all of your muscles are strong bilateral with no signs of atrophy. All right, now we're going to palpate all of your pulses. If you can go ahead and sit down for me. Now I'm just gonna look at each pulse. Okay, all of your pulses were equally bilateral, full volume and bounding. And that is it for the head to toe assessment. Let me just wash my hands quickly. All right, here's your call light. Is there anything else I can get for you right now?
No, thank you.
All right, then I will see you again in an hour for hourly rounding.